only fitting to have you on the call, Rich, for a Sam Darnold revenge game against the Jets. I want to play for a second here something that was a response from Sam Darnold to a question that was really framed because of what Kevin O'Connell said on this show last week. Let's play it.
More often than not, organizations fail young quarterbacks more than quarterbacks fail the organizations. Do you feel the Jets failed you in any way?
No, I think, I had a lot of opportunities in New York, and I always felt like I could have played better there.
So that was Mark Craig from the Minneapolis Star Tribune paraphrasing what Kevin O'Connell said on this very program. You hear Sam Darnold say that, Rich, your reaction?
Oh, he's taking the high road. There's no question the Jets failed him in many different ways. And, obviously they gave him the opportunity right from jump. And interesting, if you recall, his first pass as a Jet was a pick six, or his first drive ended in a pick six in Detroit on a Monday night. And then he actually wound up winning that game. And listen, it just didn't work with the Jets, where Todd Bowles was on the way out, and then Adam Gase is the one that came in, and Darnold kind of fell apart in a way, and saw ghosts. That was something we talked about on our show the other day, that Belichick on the set of. I guess we zoomed into the Manning cast and said that Darnold, everybody, kind of believed in him except the Jets. Nice little passive-aggressive broadside from Bill. And we were saying, if you had to put a list together of people mostly responsible as to why things didn't work out for Darnold with the Jets, Belichick would be in the top 5, because the Patriots tormented him, and that's the team that caused him to see ghosts. He's taking the high road. And I kind of dig what Kevin O'Connell said on our program, that organizations fail young quarterbacks more than the other way around. And you need to have everything working. You need to have the proper play caller. You need to have a coach that has a full tenure with your organization and has firm footing to continue his coaching tenure there. You need to have an offensive line that can protect the kid. You need to have continuity everywhere. You need to have talent out wide. You need to have talent in the backfield. You need to have talent on defense. And that's part of the reason why things succeeded for Mark Sanchez in New York for the Jets, is they had the ground and pound, they had the defense, they had the running game. So he didn't have to win using his arm. He didn't have to come in like Jaden Daniels has come in, or CJ Stroud entered in Houston last year. So, yeah, the Jets weren't set up for Sam. Everybody hoped he could have been Mahomes-like, where he could overcome all of that. And not as if Mahomes overcame anything. He was set up perfectly. I guess I just use him as an example that people think could have succeeded anywhere. And I'm curious if we get Mahomes soon to ask him these questions as well. I just think he's taking the high road. Clearly, his performance was, as he said, he could have played better, but things weren't set up for him very well with coaching changes and having to take on Belichick before it was time.
When the Jets,
wouldn't you agree?
I mean, I would certainly agree with that. And I think that one of the unique things about the Sam Darnold story to me is it's one thing to struggle. It's one thing to just not be good enough as a player. It's a totally other thing, especially as a quarterback, to come back from when you are a punchline, when you are a laughing stock. And listen, everybody, you could go back, Rappaport and I broke that Sam Darnold was going to the Vikings at like 2 a.m. on the second day of free agency. If you go back and read the replies to that, everyone is laughing at the Vikings because it's Sam Darnold, because it's an easy target, because of seeing ghosts and all that. There's something to be said for having the intestinal fortitude to be able to come from there. Baker Mayfield, I think, did it too. Baker Mayfield, by the end in Cleveland and then the Carolina stint, he obviously, broke out with the Rams when he got there and had that remarkable performance on basically, no training whatsoever. But he came back and reestablished himself. Darnold, though, never even had the playoff appearance. Darnold never had the debut, the run that Baker did after taking over for Tyrod Taylor. So to come from the absolute nadir of everything around you is telling you you're a failure and this is a joke. Your career, your life is a joke. To come back and play at this level, I just think it's highly impressive what Sam Darnold has been able to do, albeit over 4 games in a season that's 17 games long, and the Vikings hope more.
Yeah, 2 things off of that. Number one, Jared Goff's another one in this category here, who laughingstock is the word. When he was acquired by Detroit, he was acquired by Detroit, and the Rams included first-round picks with the quarterback. You never hear that. That never. Normally, the first overall drafted quarterback who's taken a team, who's played in the Super Bowl with a team that is trading him away, that's sufficient enough of players involved in a trade, in a package. That's sufficient enough in a package, not to just include first-round draft choices on top of it with the salary, and everybody thought that he was a bust. And that he wouldn't last in Detroit. The Lions draft Hendon Hooker, and when that happened, it was because they still didn't believe in Goff. Look at him now. And he is a legit Super Bowl threat quarterback. He just had an 18 for 18 performance with 292 yards passing against the team that brought in a defense that did something that hadn't been done since the 1979 Steelers, which was go 3-0 in the first 3 games of the season, giving up 150 passing yards or fewer in each of the wins. And so, yes, there is a point in time where so-called discarded quarterbacks, given another opportunity, now have the ability to navigate a crucible of a playing season, of a fourth quarter, of a defense that's confusing. They have more neck-up ability. They have more I guess fire in the belly, chips on the shoulder. And these are quarterbacks that Geno Smith is another one. It was kind of a battle of that on Monday night.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.